Here's the story of a girl named Jenny who was the hottest girl from around the block. Then Jenny fell in love with Matt Murdock, but then they sadly broke up. Here's the story of a guy named Benny who's the best Batman who ever walked the block. But he missed his poor girl Jenny, but she was dating Arod. Till the one day when our Benny wrote some letters and stole back Jenny from the block. And now the two are spotted in Montana, and that's how we got back Bennifer. Bennifer, dun-dun-dun-dun, Bennifer, dun-dun-dun-dun. That's the way we got back Bennifer. Dun-dun-dun-dun-dun-dun. Bomb. Let it never be said that I didn't do anything to entertain others, and more importantly, myself. Welcome to T.Ys Corner. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, and genders of all ages, here on social media in the United States and across the globe for today's special edition of T.Ys Corner. But you say, Jack, you always say it's a special edition. That's because every episode of T.Ys Corner is special. We have a lot to talk about today. We got Venom 2. We got Dave Bautista leaving the Guardians but entering Knives Out 2. We are talking about Elon Musk and his performance at Saturday Night Live. We're talking Tim Tebow. We got new Black Widow stills. And I can't remember what the last one is, but that is why I always have a co-host. Here we go. Welcome, Austin Lean.
How is it you're getting your own show? That's what? No, man, that was actually pretty good. That was pretty good.
We're going to have Getting Lean with Austin Lean.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, it's going to be my
workout thing. Yeah,
it's going to be my new fitness program. I'll be telling you about which donuts are my favorite to eat.
Yeah, there we go. The nerd diet.
Yeah, exactly. It's going to be great. We'll all get fat together. What's up, everybody? Miss you guys. I feel like it's been a minute since.
Yeah, I know, right?
Even though we just released the video this morning and yesterday, and it still feels. Thanks. What's up, everybody?
Yeah. Sometimes I was like, what are we going to talk about today's show? And then 50 million things happen, Yeah.
I really wanted to go live yesterday because so much stuff was being announced yesterday. In fact, Prakash, shout out Prakash. I don't know if he's watching, but shout out Prakash. He kept sending me stuff all day. He was like, dude, are you seeing the news and stuff? I'm like, oh my gosh. So yeah, man.
It's funny. Yesterday you were saying his name. I'm like, who's he talking about? Because you were like Prakash.
Right.
And I'm like, oh, I mean Prakash. Yes, I know who
and I solidified it. Even today when I was thinking about going live, in my head I thought Prakash. I started saying it. See? I got it.
Yeah. Oh, Flossing with Austin is still coming.
That's right. That is still coming out. I think I have an idea of what it'll be, and it should be pretty fun. So
it should be cool. I'm actually working with a local DJ named DJ Nuzzle. She's going to be giving us some kind of cool music to use, and then you also have DJ friends.
I do.
So we don't have to worry about getting taken off YouTube because I really want to use Lady Gaga music, rah rah.
We might as well just do it ourselves, man.
Yeah, I know, right? I hope the Brady Bunch people don't sue me now.
Oh my gosh!
Turns out this is the one thing they watch.
Right? Yeah, the one thing, man. The one thing on YouTube. Their old age, they just scroll over. Yeah. The Pop Culture Corner's my favorite show today.
Yeah. Oh my God. Oh man, folks, listen. Make sure you share your comments in the below. Well, we don't need to tell you that. And if you're new, make sure to like, share, and subscribe. And if you're interested in becoming a patron, we'll tell you more about that later. But the links are in the description below because we do need the support. So let's talk about I know Ty did a live watch party or not watch party reaction. That's what I'm looking for. Of Venom 2. What did you think of that trailer?
Oh man. Oh man. It I don't know. Prakash, what's up, dude? Shout out Prakash.
Prakash, did you hear the story we just told about your name? He might have just joined and missed it.
He probably just joined, but we just told a story about you. You can go back and watch it later.
It's not a negative thing. So
no, it's a positive thing. But anyways, it was good. It was good. Yeah. I'm not totally sold. I'm not totally hooked. I'm not gonna lie, I wasn't too much of a fan of the first Venom.
Yeah.
But I will say that Carnage, I'm interested to see what they're gonna do with Carnage. I'm interested to see Woody Harrelson. I love Woody Harrelson.
Yeah.
So I'm not knocking it totally, but I don't know. The trailer opens with this kind of funny, that was the main thing about Venom. It couldn't decide if it was a comedy or a dark action thing with a mutant eating people's heads off.
Yeah.
And so I have a feeling we might have the same problem here, but we'll see. Andy Serkis is a good director. So.
Yeah, it's interesting. I haven't seen the Venom since I first saw it. I liked it, but then I never bought it or watched it again.
Right,
maybe that has something to say about maybe
I saw it once in theaters and that was it.
That was it. But he kind of sounded like Arnold at first when he was talking. I'm like, is that Arnold? Is Venom's voice? I mean, obviously it wasn't, but I just kept hearing that kind of growly voice. But yeah. So the big question was, was this part of?
I wasn't
digging the Venom humor. Okay, yeah.
Yeah, I will say, when and one thing I did like Woody Harrelson when he goes, "I've missed you so much." I was like, "Ooh, that had that perfect, Woody humor, but that was creepy."
Yeah. Well, he's such a good actor.
He's a phenomenal. And Andy just worked with him in War of the Planet of the Apes.
Yeah.
So.
Oh yeah, he was that crazy general. I forgot. Yeah.
That's right. And so
that last one was really good. I mean, they keep topping each one.
Yeah, that last one was phenomenal. But yeah, so I have hope. I have hope.
Yeah.
For it. I think if anybody, they brought in the right person, and Andy Serkis. I mean, the guy is a motion cap pioneer.
Yeah.
And so I have a feeling too the graphics and the CGI are going to be a step up too from the last one.
And the story, because who directed the first one? I forgot. It was someone
Ruben Fisher, the guy who did Zombieland.
Zombieland, that's right. Yeah, I was like, he did something good, but that movie got destroyed by critics. I thought they were overly harsh with it. I mean, I'm not saying it was a masterpiece, but
right, they were pretty hardcore. But also, I will say it was pretty cheesy. Some of those lines, some of those scenes, I was like, ugh.
Okay, I can understand that. I mean, I've only seen it once, but sometimes you watch a movie and you're like, wow, that was great, and then you never watch it again.
Mm-hmm.
Then you're like, okay, maybe because you don't Jones to watch it. Even Batman vs Superman, which when I saw in theaters, I was like, I got to see it again. I need to. And then of course I saw the Ultimate Edition, and the rest is history. I became a huge fan. But the big question was with that first one, was it part of the MCU? Because obviously it's made by Sony,
right?
In association with Marvel, but it's not Marvel Studios. It's not Kevin Feige. But fans said it could be. But Andy Serkis kind of made some comments today. Did you hear about that?
He made some comments yesterday, actually. He did a commentary on the trailer for IGN. Shout out IGN, our friends at IGN. And so he did a full commentary on the trailer. And you see things, like the Daily Bugle and a newspaper and things like that. And Andy basically says, cool.
I have the quote right here. You want me to do it? Or?
Yeah.
Okay. So this is according to Andy Serkis. Yeah. We're treating this very much as his own world. Venom's story is in his own world, reveals Serkis. There are nods and little moments just like this newspaper, the Daily Bugle, which we have on screen right now. But on the whole, he's unaware. They're unaware at this point of other characters like Spider-Man. So that's the way we've chosen to play this particular episode of the movie. So that's pretty interesting because at least in the MCU, there's no doubt that everyone knows who Spider-Man is. He's part of the Avengers,
Oh, yeah, of course. And but also I think look, there is a lot of things I think about to happen in the MCU that Andy may be right. Andy may be right in that, this world, this Venom right now is unaware of a Spider-Man, whatever. Look, we have 2 movies of the multiverse coming.
Yeah.
Like next. We know Marvel's made a deal with Sony before No Way Home was made, before Doctor Strange 2 was made. So, wouldn't be surprised that if right now, they're right in that he doesn't know or is unaware, or Spider-Man doesn't exist in that universe.
Well, do you remember the rumors back in 2017 or 2018 that this might be connected to the Andrew Garfield universe? And this was Sony saying, we're going to do whatever the hell we want. Remember those rumors back in the day?
Right. We'll see. We'll see. Here's the thing. Sony, from what I hear, Sony and Marvel have made a pretty nice, hefty deal to share the Spider-Man characters. I'm sure people aren't as, I think, well, maybe I'm underestimating because obviously it did very well, the first Venom. People like Venom, and people love Tom Hardy as Venom, and people want to see him and Tom Holland.
That would be kind of cool.
They want to see it. They want to. The fans want to see that for sure. So Marvel knows that, Sony knows that, and I wouldn't be surprised if in one of these next 2 upcoming Marvel movies we see
connecting to the dots.
We start seeing the connecting of the dots. Look, you see also in the Morbius trailer, which comes out in January. Morbius. There's the painting of Spider-Man on the wall, and it's Holland's Spider-Man, and it's Michael Keaton's Vulture.
That was interesting. Yeah.
So, that comes out. I'm a little late.
Yeah.
Tisk.
He was actually supposed to host today, I think. I don't know what happened.
Unacceptable. Nah, we love you, Tyler. Okay, so
do you know what this is in reference to? Hey, Austin, send Jack the Amazon link I sent you, or bring it up on screen if possible.
Yeah, let me. I know what he's talking about.
Okay, all right. So, like, in my thoughts, so look it up real quick. What I was thinking was, like, I feel like these movies are kind of like the Snyder Cut. Like, maybe they're officially not canon, but for fans, they might be canon. And it's really up to the studios to, if they wanted to make it canon, they could make the Snyder Cut canon if they wanted, and just push back the Nightmare to a couple years in the future. But like, I like the trailer. I wasn't as blown away. I mean, we saw we saw Carnage, and I thought he looked. I guess I was expecting more red. It's more of like a dark red, kind of fleshy kind of red. Mm-hmm. Caden stayed for 2 seconds, and he's a fake fan. Oh, so I think Ty missed my opening song. Oh, that's fine. But I think it looks kind of cool. So real quick, is this Amazon link? Does this have to do with Venom?
No, not right now. We'll bring it up later.
All right. So while you're doing that, let's hear real quick from our first sponsor. We'll be right back.
We are brought to you today by Kai CBD, a Las Vegas-based health and wellness brand that crafts a full-spectrum CBD hemp-derived product line. Made with 100% love, the brand was created by a 20-year licensed massage therapist for her husband who suffers from chronic pain. Healing is what Kai lives for. Head over to their Facebook or Instagram and mention Pop Culture Corner to receive 10% off your order of all or any of their CBD-derived product line. Guys, their website is in the works. Head over to their Facebook or Instagram. The links are in the description below. Mention Pop Culture Corner and get 10% off. This ad is an easy one for me. Easy, as I use the products myself. They are wonderful. So head over, mention Pop Culture Corner, and get 10% off your order of all orders forever.
All right. Did you, Ty posted these earlier today, but Black Widow has some new images, and I thought I'd share them. Ty posted them earlier. It's kind of interesting. You know what you said about Venom, that looked fine or whatever. I don't know if I'm too excited about this one. And I was excited for Ant-Man and the Wasp. I don't know. Yeah, she does look good.
I tell you what, that new Marvel sizzle reel, got me a little more excited with some of the new footage that we saw from it. And yeah, I think Falcon and the Winter Soldier, if they're teasing what I think they're teasing, excuse me, doing the Thunderbolts and bringing like Taskmaster in for that, then yeah, I'm getting more and more excited for it.
Okay. I mean, they haven't steered us wrong so far. I'm just kind of curious, like, is it going to be, I think they still need a game changer. Phase 3 kicked off with Civil War,
right.
Which was a huge deal. Like, it just was like, whoa, this is where they're going with this story, Cap and Iron Man split up, the Avengers break up, and they don't really get back together until the end of Endgame. They're kind of broken. There were some lasting consequences. So I'm kind of curious if they're going to up the ante with the storylines a little bit in terms of drama and consequences.
They're going to have to. You're already seeing the fan reaction to these Marvel shows, right?
Yeah.
And, while it's cool, obviously we've been without Marvel content for 2 years and people are enjoying it. Look, Endgame left topped off on a high note, a high note. And look, Thunderbolts train, baby. The Thunderbolts are coming. But like I said, ended on a high note, and it's kind of interesting when you think about it, right? Marvel has kind of put themselves in a position where after Endgame, you really can't just go back to the typical standard Ant-Man and the Wasp, or even like Doctor Strange, the first one, or Thor. Like these movies now have to become events and epic in scale, just like Endgame was. I think you see No Way Home. Tom Holland has said it's the most ambitious comic book film ever put together on screen.
Yeah.
You have Doctor Strange, and that's you just know that's going to be crazy. So I'm starting to see it. So, but we'll see. I think Black Widow has some surprises that maybe we're not all too sure about or don't know, and we'll have to see. But we'll see. It's gonna have to start with a certain standard for sure.
Yeah, I mean, like I kind of compared to remember TV shows back in the day. Each episode would have its own story.
Right.
Yeah, they didn't have the arcs, and then like they would end like the season with like this 2-parter where the stakes were raised, and you're like, oh my god, it would end on a cliffhanger, and then you have to wait next season. And the first episode's like, oh my god, it would change. It would be crazy. And the next episode would go back to like whatever an episodic thing. And I remember kind of almost struggling with that. Like, wow, they did have such a cool arc. And now they're back to the villain of the week. Like if it's a cop show or a monster of the week or the X-Files. And it's like, you kind of, after getting us such a high, you have to kind of change the formula a little bit to kind of up the ante to hold your audience's attention.
Exactly. Yes, and look, and these Marvel TV shows, they're close, right? You see the production budget, you see, the level, the action sequences are there. But there's just something holding it back that it's not, for me, it doesn't feel like it's where it needs to be. What are your guys' take on Warner Brothers and the Snyderverse? Well,
Snyder did an interview earlier today or yesterday. And if I can pull it up, it was interesting what he says. And he essentially said Warner Brothers is anti-Snyder, aggressively anti-Snyder.
Anti-Snyder.
This is exact quote. Warner Brothers has been aggressively anti-Snyder, if you will. What can I say? Clearly, they're not interested in my take. But I would also say that they certainly weren't interested in, I would have said originally, in my take on Justice League. They certainly made decisions about that. I love the characters, I love the world, and I think it's an amazing place to make a movie. It's a glorious IP, so there's that. I don't know what could be done as you go forward, other than I think the fan movement is strong, and the fan community, their intention is so pure, and I really have this huge respect for it. Yeah. I would hope that cooler heads would prevail with the studios, and they would see that there's a massive fandom that wants more of that, but who knows what they'll do.
Yeah,
it's interesting he said who knows what they'll do, which kind of gives me the impression that they haven't really made a firm decision.
Right. Prakash, it's 2:20 a.m. for Prakash, so shout out.
Oh, yeah.
Hey guys, also keep and Zack Snyder also posted on his Twitter a link that you can help. India is really going through it with the coronavirus.
Yeah.
Rush just was talking to me yesterday, and we were talking on Twitter, and he's back like in full lockdown now. So he was like, "Man, you guys should release some content." So we're here for you, buddy. Shout out to you, and hopefully things get better soon. But yeah, look, here's the thing with Snyder, right? Of course, real quick, Nick. Yes, we want the Snyderverse. We want it back. As far as personally, me and Jack and Ty.
I think Tyler's not a big fan. I think I've heard.
We're gonna throw him out of the bus like that. Okay, yeah, Ty.
Sorry, Justice isn't a
fan. But yeah. So we as a team,
we love personally, you, Crash.
Yeah, Crash is loyal. That's right. We as a team want it. However, look, Warner it does not look like they do. And look, I've said it before. Snyder is not going to come out and say stop. Stop calling for restore this not or stop. This movement has done a lot. It's literally saved lives.
Yeah.
And he sees that, and he sees. He saw what it did. Look, there's always that little speck of hope.
Yeah.
But I think right now, and for me personally, yeah, I'll tweet #restore the Snyderverse. But I'm more focused on Army of the Dead and excited for him to build that universe and work on that. And I have an idea, and I am going to start a petition for it, and I'm going to convince Ty to do it with me. I think Zack Snyder should direct the live-action Invincible movie, which is coming. And ladies and gentlemen, if you have not seen Invincible, watch that show. And then tell me that Zack Snyder would not absolutely murder at that movie. I mean, he would. It's got everything you love in a Snyder flick. So, I'll go into detail at some other point. But I'm starting that.
All right. Yeah. No, I'm.
It's gonna be a hit if Snyder directs it. Snyder directs it. And it would be great to have him enter. Look, here's the thing.
Yeah.
One thing that makes Invincible so great and what people love about it is the stakes are real, right? When people crash, when heroes crash through a building in that show, hundreds of people die. You see their blood and bones and arms and legs. There is stakes. There's, you see it on the news, the emotion of like thousands of people are dead.
Yeah.
And that's exactly what Snyder was trying to do with
with DC.
With
DVS,
Invincible just gives it to him. They're like, here, man, take it. I'm like,
and I think Army of the Dead, the early reviews are coming out, early takes. People who saw it on Twitter, they're saying it's really good. So I would be surprised if Warner Brothers. See, it's interesting because before.
I hope Warner. I don't think Warner Brothers.
Before Snyder was saying, before the release of Snyder Cut, that this, as right now, looks like this will be it.
Right, Ty? I'm telling you, dude. We got to start a petition. We're starting a petition.
Oh, my God.
He needs to know about this property.
Unless he signs with Netflix, then he couldn't make it because that's Amazon Prime, right? Invincible?
Well, he could still do his things at Netflix because it's set up at Universal. So he could go to Universal.
Okay. All right.
He could go direct it for Universal.
That'd be kind of cool. I'm down. Did he say he was going to do a movie about Alexander the Great also, I think?
No, he wants to do a movie about Napoleon Bonaparte. He said he read a script and he said it's brilliant. And then as soon as I saw him say that, of course, my little heart jumped for joy. And I was like, oh God, a Napoleon Zack Snyder film.
Can you imagine how he would do the Battle of Waterloo? Like how crazy that would be? Like 300 crazy.
I say this a lot, but specifically with Zack Snyder is to anything that he does, take my money. He can take my money.
Yeah.
Just I'm throwing dollar bills at the screen,
And real quick, what Billy Roberts here is doing, I really appreciate it. But we definitely want to grow the channel. And, as we know, we're starting a new show in a couple of weeks, Jiving with Jack. And we have the morning pod where we're going to, I think we're moving the podcast, the main podcast, back over to Anchor. So look out for that soon. We're still working on that.
We'll be back on more platforms. Through Anchor. Yeah. We have Quick Dip, which is fun. Tomorrow we have a Snyder Snyder filmography quick dip.
Yeah. Snyder fans. I forgot to mention that. Quick dip
Snyder
into the
fans,
Snyder.
while you're here, stick around.
Yeah, tomorrow night, quick dip into the Snyder films.
Filmography. That's going to be fun.
Yeah.
fun.
But definitely, folks, every time you see a Pop Culture Corner announcement, whether it's a live show or whatever, do us a favor. It'll take 2 seconds, retweet it and share it and maybe tag a few friends. Help us get the word out there. You know, I remember we used to do the show sometimes. It would just be a couple of people watching, like 3 or 4. Now we're up to 10, 12, sometimes 15, up to 20. That's how it starts. But we need you guys to do that for us. We'd really appreciate it. So, Billy, you're on the right track. Prakash, get us trending in India.
Right? Yeah, I think he already does, dude.
Yeah.
I feel like he already does. That dude.
He does a lot on social media for us.
He does a lot. You guys are the best for that.
Yeah.
But yeah, so tomorrow, quick dip into the Snyder filmography, and yeah, but yeah, those are our thoughts on the Snyderverse, and maybe Billy should own the show. That's right, Billy's our new boss. Everybody at this point.
I vote for Billy to take over the show. So,
but yeah, man. So, have you seen Invincible at all? Have you been able to watch it?
No, god damn it! I keep
come on, man.
I only get reminded of it when, like, I still have to finish the second episode of The Bad Batch. I'm like halfway through that. So, oh yeah, there he goes. Yeah, I saw half of it, half of The Bad Batch. There we go. He's gone. Welcome to here we go, just me. There we go. Hey guys, this is what Jiving with Jack's gonna be like. Oh, he's back. He's back.
Cooled off. Cooled off.
I saw the first half of it. I liked it.
Oh yeah. Okay, cool.
Invincible is better. Oh, Invincible is better. Oh, I definitely want to watch it.
Dude, Invincible. And look, Ty and I talked about it last night a little bit, and he was like, dude, I don't like animation, but it's the best animated show I've ever watched.
Really?
And I was like, I'm telling you, man. I'm telling you. That's the next goal, guys. I'm going to try to get Robert Kirkman on this show.
Oh, that'd be kind of cool.
I'm going to start reaching out, man.
Oh, really?
Or Stephen Young.
Stephen Young, okay.
Yeah. Dude, that's the thing. The cast, too, is like, it's incredible. You got.
Yeah, I mean, I remember going through that, like, cast list when I was watching the trailer with you. I'm like, damn.
Mahershala Ali, Seth Rogen, Ezra Miller. And he has a really, really interesting, dope part. Like, really cool part.
So, all right. That's pretty cool. Speaking of comic book actors, our boy Dave Bautista, and when I uploaded this photo, it didn't look as good. Two things: he's not going to do anything after Guardians 3, and he's joining the cast of Knives Out 2. Now, I know you're a Rian Johnson fan.
That's right. I'm a big Rian Johnson fan.
Yeah.
But who's Ezra in the show? Real quick, Billy. Ezra was that little genius kid that was creating clones. You know, and he had all these little evil clones, and they had that arc where Invincible and his friend went to visit the college, and his friend had the boyfriend and the college. So that was Ezra, was the long-haired little crazy maniac. That was Ezra's voice, and he did a phenomenal job. But yeah, I am a big Rian Johnson fan. And you know, I did like Knives Out. I wasn't crazy about it. For me, the cast, I love the cast. That was a big thing. But I was surprised for a Rian Johnson film how much humor and kind of, you know, I don't know. It was just it was a very non-typical Rian Johnson film. It felt to me.
That's probably why I loved it, because of the Oscar movies last year or the year before, whenever this came out, I loved it. I was like, wow, this is a great whodunit, because a lot of times whodunits are good, but whatever the reveal is, at that point, you've kind of figured out it's everybody. But what's kind of clever about this movie, it kind of reveals who did it in like the first third of the movie. And then the rest of it becomes like trying to figure out what exactly led to these events. And like, I'm like, oh, that's a clever way to do it. I love this movie. I'm trying to remember what this actress's name is. Oh my God, she dated Ben Affleck.
Ana de Armas.
Yeah, okay.
Ana de Armas, I don't know.
Ana de Armas.
Ana de Armas.
Armas, there we go. You can say that, but you can't say Prakash.
Yeah, right. Hey.
But I really loved it, guys. If I could ever recommend a movie, this movie was really good. And Bautista says he's leaving Guardians because it has to do with his body, his physicality. He's over 50.
Right.
He's well over 50. He's still in great shape, but he's going to be in Knives Out too. And you mentioned someone else before the show started. Will be joining in Knives Out too.
And shout out Prakash again because he sent it over to me. That is Edward Norton has also joined the cast. And look, Edward Norton is like one of my all-time favorite. I have seen every movie that guy has done. I'm fascinated with him as an actor and an artist. Yeah. And that has sold me. I'm all in for this movie. Yeah. What? You don't got like a Hollywood celebrity man crush, Tyler? What? Channing Tatum's good looking. I can say it. I have enough confidence to say that. Ew.
That's because Ty likes Mark Ruffalo's Hulk. I think that's probably why.
Oh yeah. I'm not crazy about Mark Ruffalo. I think that was the other thing. I thought Ed Norton's Hulk was
good.
Superb.
He wanted it to be a smarter film.
A smart, darker
film,
which is exactly what the Hulk should have been. And it was like Invincible Hulk. I like it. It's close to being a pretty dark, and incredible. They set it up for a great dark sequel.
Yeah.
And I don't know if you know this, Ed even changed the script to really? Yeah, he was part of the rewrite.
He said once, he said, I just wanted one Marvel movie to be as good as the worst Christopher Nolan movie. I was like, damn, that's brutal. And he said that years later after the MCU. He's like, I wanted one Marvel movie to be as good as the worst Christopher Nolan movie.
Edward
he wanted it to be the intelligent
genius.
Well, he is ruthless. Rules. He's like rules, yeah.
Edward Norton rules.
Right. So do you think it's going to be a completely different plot, I'm guessing? I don't think it's going to be the same.
Oh, yeah. It's going to be a completely different plot. Look, obviously, Knives Out is very much inspired by, Agatha Christie and Murder on the Orient Express and those types of movies. And, what's Daniel Craig's character?
Benoit Blanc, I think.
Blanc, yeah. He's basically the mustache dude from, Murder on the Orient Express. So I'm sure they're going to do now. It's going to be a different environment, a different setting, a bigger new cast. Hard to do a story with a sequel like that. It is. I agree that is. It's hard, but I think if anybody, Rian can do it. Like I said, I wasn't crazy about Knives Out. But I still like it.
I think it'd be a different cast. It would be the same investigator, but a completely different cast. It wouldn't be the same.
That's exactly what it's going to be.
No Jamie Lee or Chris Evans or anything.
How many whodunits can your fan? That would be so funny, actually, if he kept it for like 3 films, the same family.
It was kind of like The Hangover. Like they just kept having to figure out, and then every movie's like, "Oh, he gave us some drugs. We can't remember what happened."
Thailand and then back in Vegas.
Yeah, it's like they could have done something different and more clever.
Right. But look, I like I said, I wasn't crazy about Knives Out, but I definitely see the genius in it. I love Rian Johnson stuff. It's not really it's not a movie I'd go back and watch again and again, but
I saw it twice. I really enjoyed it. I showed it to a friend.
Yeah,
I think it might be one of Christopher Plummer's last movies before he passed.
It probably was, yeah. And that was a great performance. And also a standout performance for that in that movie for me was obviously Chris Evans.
Oh yeah,
came out. But I'm definitely. I hope this is good. I mean, already all-star cast. I disagree. The anime case closed. Detective Conan.
Justin Hines, my buddy. I disagree. The anime case closed is still running. I've never seen it. See, this is why we need Justice sometimes because he watches anime. But yeah, I liked Knives Out, and if Benoit Blanc is going to be the main character, it's a murder mystery anime, dude. Some anime murder mysteries are really good.
Well, speaking of anime, while we're talking about anime, I just watched. So I spent the weekend. Figure I'll do like a little quick what to watch segment. Spent the weekend and I watched a great anime on Netflix called Yasuke. I'm not going to pronounce this right because it's Japanese. But it's a story about
Yasuke, yeah, that's right.
Yeah, Yasuke. It's a story about a black samurai in Japan, and it's all this crazy ghosts and robots and demons and all this fun stuff. And it just, I don't know, it was really great after watching like these Marvel. Billy, I will say this is one of the easiest animes to watch. If you're gonna just get into anime, start with this. It's in English, first of all. It's voiced by Lakeith Stanfield, who was Judas in Judas and the Black Messiah,
yeah.
and he's also in Atlanta. It's a really, really good story. They're simple little 30-minute episodes. Each, and that kind of what you were talking about, it goes back to that traditional style, each with their own little story that all connects to this little overarch. But here's the thing, it kind of sets up a season 2, but it was nice to watch something that ends. It was a complete story. I'm sure if it's popular, they're going to bring it back and all of that. Yeah. Season 1 is its own complete little story, and it's really, really good. It's just a really good, enjoyable watch. Very bloody, obviously. But yeah, highly recommend that. Yasuke on Netflix. And then I also got a chance to watch the entire season of Jupiter's Legacy.
Okay.
On Netflix.
How was that? I know you told me, but
yeah, that one was definitely not near as good. Here's the thing about that, like, and I think I read it somewhere. But I feel like everyone says that about every anime. This one is the one normies can watch, right?
I'm kind of like that. I don't really watch anime, but I have 5 or 6 that I love.
I'll be honest with you. I don't really watch anime myself either.
Yeah.
But I could find myself, like I said, it's a really easy, and it's intriguing. It's a really intriguing, simple story. It's this black samurai is basically protecting this girl with supernatural powers. He doesn't know who she is or what her powers are, and she's kind of learning about them. And it's very cool. It's like this mix of very, very bloody Avatar: The Last Airbender and like some other crazy stuff. Like I said, it was just enjoyable. I really enjoyed it.
Add it to my queue.
Yeah. And then Jupiter's Legacy.
On K-dramas these days. I just discovered K-dramas, like Korean dramas, and holy crap, are they good?
Oh, really?
Yeah. I was like, a friend had been telling me for years, you got to watch some of these Korean dramas, and I'm like, oh.
We gonna get you into K-pop next? Is that what?
Yeah, maybe that'll be next. What I like my pop music.
Get ready, guys.
Speaking of which,
interview BTS coming soon.
So Ty's telling me to do all the ads at once, but I figure that ads are a good way to transition.
They are a good way to transition. But real quick, Sir Nerdalot.
Sir Nerdalot.
Okay. Wasn't easy to watch. I watched it and liked it, and I only like a handful of animes. Yeah. So, like I said, if you don't watch anime, totally understandable. And this is more of like an animation, like the DC animations or things like that. So it's a good one.
Yeah, I mean, my dad has never watched a day of anime in his life, but I made him watch Death Note, the actual Death Note.
Oh, yeah.
He finished it in like 3 days. Like he was like, "Wow, that was really good." I was like, "Dad, it's like Breaking Bad." I'm like, that's like Breaking Bad. It's like a guy who you think is going to be a hero, and then, oh boy. There's one that's kind of forgotten called Monster that Naoki Urasawa did. And I know Guillermo del Toro was trying to make it an HBO series. Nothing ever came out of it. It's not as big, but holy crap, was that good. And then, of course, Attack on Titan. My sister does not watch anime. She loved that.
Right.
That was a good one.
Right.
And before we get started, let's hear from our sponsors.
We are brought to you today by Bonk's Bar in Philadelphia. Bonk specializes in seafood and good times. If you're in the Philly area, make sure to stop by, and on Tuesdays, our resident producer Jack hosts trivia at the bar. Mention Pop Culture Corner to Jack and receive your first drink on the house. For more information about the menu or specials, visit the website for Bonks or their social media pages. All of the links are in the description below. This was an easy one, guys. Head out, support your local service industry. Go to Bonks, grab some seafood, some beer and wine, play some trivia, and have a good time.
But real quick, Monster is incredibly hard to find. It used to be on like some streaming service. Now I can't even find it anymore. You have to get it from Japan, and it's like region whatever. it's hard to get it in NTSC. But real quick, tonight, if you guys want to stop by, I do give you a free drink if you mention Pop Culture Corner. And tonight is Kinky Quizzo. And yes, it's exactly what you think it is. It's sex trivia, dirty questions, dirtier answers, and we have dirty music round. It's the filthiest lyrics, and you have to guess what the song is. Yeah, it's gonna be fun, and there'll be it's usually kind of like a ladies' night out type thing. So you have a lot of girls who are gonna be very drunk. Could be fun, you know.
You should have told me about this, man. I would have come out there like
dude. One time we did a Kinky Quizzo, man.
Yeah.
One time I did Kinky Quizzo, and
what's that song? I'm Madonna or whatever.
Was it what?
Yeah, she's got a song where she's like, she's literally saying in the lyrics, "I'm Madonna," like that's the chorus. It's got Miley Cyrus. Yeah.
Oh my.
Anyways,
God. But one time I did Kinky Quizzo. This is a true story. This is why you need to come out to Quizzo. We did Kinky Quizzo, and it happened to fall on Valentine's Day. Like, it's worked out perfectly. And it was all single women. They brought their sex toys. They brought their whips. And I'm like, oh, my God. I'm like a devout Catholic here. I'm like, oh, dear. And they were hooting and hollering the whole time. And then in another room of the bar, they had a band playing. Everyone was paying attention to Kinky Quizzo. And we were drowning out the poor band that happened to be there for Valentine's Day. So, yeah, stop by Bonks is what I'm saying tonight. If you're a couple hours away, you know, it starts at 8 p.m. It'll be really, really fun. I got a 2,000-watt amp. It's going to be blowing Cardi B up. So, speaking of K-pop, so The Legend of Zorro anime. I've never seen that.
I'm sorry. I'm still wrapping myself around what just the show turned so quick, man.
Yeah, well, that's Kinky Quizzo. It's gonna be. And speaking of things that are gonna get kinky, Jiving with Jack is coming May 25th, 2021. It's gonna you're gonna have more content like that. Yeah. It's gonna be fun.
Oh boy.
And Papa won't be here to stop us. Papa, don't preach. For those you're wondering, Tyler's Papa.
Oh man. That's scary. Have you guys know I have not seen The Legend of Zorro. But yeah, so another thing, like I said, watched this week was Jupiter's Legacy. I read somebody said, and I completely agree with them. It's like a heightened CW show, right?
Okay, yeah, that's a superhero one, right?
Yeah, and look, here's the thing: in a show, in the superhero show market is becoming so saturated. You have the Marvel shows, you have The Boys, you have Invincible, you have, I mean, superheroes are literally popping out the ass everywhere. So here's the thing: is like each one of these needs to be unique. They need to be different.
Yeah.
And Jupiter's Legacy felt very, I don't know, just very, very general. You know, there's some plots that keep you hooked and stuff, but you know, like I said,
it wasn't up to standard of, let's say, The Boys.
No way, not even close.
Like Invincible or anything like
not
that.
Even close. Or Falcon.
Yeah, I saw it has Josh Duhamel in it, and I was like, oh, okay, I like him.
And he's good. He's good. And Ty and I agree that Josh Duhamel would make a great Omni-Man for Zack Snyder's Invincible. But
okay.
But so
I saw that photo he posted. For those you think I'm just pretending I know what he's talking about, I saw the thing he tweeted or whatever. Right. He tweeted or he posted it somewhere.
So certain artists say it reminds me of a mashup of The Boys and Watchmen. I didn't get that at all. Here's the thing, and that's another thing. It was violent, but it was like afraid to show the violence. Like there was only one pretty brutal scene, right, throughout the entire series. There was one big action sequence in the first episode. The rest of the series, they're kind of revisiting the events of that action sequence. There's not a lot of action, and they're trying to keep you with this mystery of how these guys got their powers, and obviously the world is changing. And there's this code that they follow, but it's just not. There's something missing there. And here's the thing: it's created by Mark Miller. Mark Miller is a phenomenal writer.
Comic book writer, yeah.
Yeah, he did Kingsman. He did Kick-Ass. Billy, start tonight. Love to know what you guys think of it. I think yesterday I did say on the Nicotina show that I gave it like a 4.5 out of 10.
Okay.
It's one of those shows that I'll watch it next season because it's my job. But hopefully,
is it better than, let's say, the later seasons of the Arrow? Because like the first couple of seasons of Arrow, I think are really good. Is it better than the later seasons of Arrow, where like we're kind of like
it's closer to the later seasons of Arrow?
Okay.
Yeah. I mean, but again, it's not like terrible. Definitely check it out. Would love to hear what you guys' opinion is. Ty, I know Ty's watching it.
Yeah.
But it just fell a little short for me. So we'll see what they do with that.
Okay. Well, speaking of falling a little bit short, tell me a little bit about this gentleman.
Oh,
why
man.
he's mad.
All right, so listen, guys. I don't really talk about sports much. I really don't. This is gonna be the only time I do it. I swear, but I gotta do it because I'm a massive Cowboys fan. Cowboys, they're my team. Been there. I'm sorry. I know you're a Phillies fan. Jack,
that's fine.
I've got to be.
They're not doing too well.
Yeah, I've got to be in the Cowboys Stadium when we actually absolutely demolished you guys, but much love.
I mean the Eagles.
Right. The Eagles. That's right. Phillies is baseball. My bad.
Baseball, yeah. They're not doing that great either. So
you're right. Yeah. So, anyways, guys, here's the thing, right? You all remember many years ago, a football player by the name of Tim Tebow came on the scene. There he is. Look at him. And he famously got famous for kneeling and then looking up, right? Apparently he was giving credit to God and all of that. That's what he said.
As you should.
Right. And well, here's the thing, right? He wasn't necessarily a very good player. Still isn't. In fact, he left and went to, I think he went and played baseball, if I'm not
he did, yeah.
mistaken. He was playing baseball. And now, apparently, it was announced today, Sir Nerd-a-Lot, he wants to play so bad. That's so funny. That's true. But apparently today it was announced he is going to the Jaguars. He's coming back to the NFL, and he's going to the Jaguars. I believe as a not as a quarterback. I know that for sure. Mm-hmm. But anyway, so Dez Bryant, my former Cowboy, who, by the way, is a Pro Bowler, record-breaking athlete,
mm-hmm.
tweeted out. He goes, "Why in the heck?" And he goes, "No offense to Tim Tebow, all love to Tim Tebow, but why the heck does this guy get an NFL contract when I've been out of work for 3 years?" Now, mind you, he left the Cowboys, right? Which I'm still mad at the Cowboys for allowing that to happen because he is one of the best players in the NFL. And then he went on to play for another team. He unfortunately got a really bad injury that kept him out for 1.5 years. Obviously, 2020, he wasn't able to play. Now he's a free agent this year. I completely agree with him. Why in the heck is the NFL allowing Tim Tebow, who was not good at football in the first place, left to go play baseball, wasn't good at that, came back to play, sorry, dude, you are not like a top level athlete. I'm sorry. Like,
so what do you think it is? Why do you think they did do that?
I have no, you know what? Name. Everybody knows his name. He's got notoriety. Yeah. He does have a fan base. Especially he has a very big Christian fan base, quote unquote Christian. So that's probably why. And Dez Bryant, he's not necessarily one to, dismiss controversy. I'll be honest with that as well. Mm-hmm. Exactly. Well, ticket sales.
I was about to bring that up.
That's surprising because how many cases can you name? And look, I'm not, so maybe there's a lot, but I don't watch a lot of sports. I mainly only watch football. But how many cases can you name where they have an athlete that's not that great and it's mainly just like ticket sales?
The only one I can think of is when Jordan played baseball. He was terrible at it, but people wanted to see Michael Jordan. That's the only one I can think of. Right.
Like, that's a hard thing to do in sports.
Yeah.
Now, obviously, the Jaguars are not the best football team. But, still, I am surprised at that move, and I think that's a sad move for sports.
Really?
I think that's a very sad move for
he mentioned ticket sales. You mentioned Christians. He's very popular with like sort of the evangelical crowd.
Right.
NFL ratings have been dropping a lot in the last 2 years as things have gotten political. Could this be their way of, hey, we're bringing, if Colin Kaepernick is on the left, we're going to bring someone maybe more from the right who represents, that sort of middle America.
It's very possible.
Kansas boy type. I don't know.
It's very possible. But you know what? I think more people are coming. Look, if Tim Tebow can kneel, why are we complaining about everybody else kneeling? Look, I think there's a lot of double standard that people have realized in the NFL. And we'll see. We'll see. We'll see how this goes. Again, he's not a top tier level athlete.
I want to see OJ come back just for one game.
Can you imagine that, man?
Can you imagine if he comes back for one game where he sings the national anthem?
No, oh my gosh! I was going to say where he's a quarterback and there's
a quarterback, or no, he was a running back, right?
No, he's a running back, right?
Like middle of the game. Amazing,
right? Running the back, middle of the game, he tackles a guy. Like all of a sudden, he's not getting up. He's not getting. OJ just runs off the. His kneeling.
Yeah, to be fair, his kneeling was entirely. That was more of a religious thing. That's what I said. Like I don't know if we talked about this on the show, but like for me, kneeling is like a religious thing for me.
Right.
So like
Right.
Oh, here we go. Billy's getting started, and what they do is hopefully Tyler's not here to stop.
Well, Billy, join us on Jiving with Jack, where we'll get into these topics deep.
We're gonna get into this and more. Remember that conversation last Thursday that Daddy told us to stop talking about? I mean, to clarify, Jiving with Jack's not gonna be a political show, but
we'll get more into it.
We're gonna get balls deep. You know what? That's a good segue. Speaking of balls, if you're planning on getting kinky a little bit later tonight, gentlemen, with your partner, you might want to check out this ad.
We are brought to you today by Smooth My Balls. Hey, ladies and gentlemen, are you sick of cutting yourself, nipping yourself with those old razors that you've used 412 different times? Well, Smooth My Balls has you covered. Your number one source for male grooming products. Dedicated to providing you the very best trimmers with an emphasis on service, friendliness, and overall good experiences. Smooth My Balls has come a long way from its beginnings in England. When they first started out, their passion was for male grooming. That drove them to start their own business and to find the best products suitable for easy grooming. You will thank me later, your privates will thank me later, and your partner will thank me later, because you're gonna be smooth as an egg. Trust me. Use code POP at checkout for 15% off your entire order. Limit one order per household per day. Guys, girls, get on it, shave up, get it.
I've heard that ad so many times, but he says smooth as a neck. I'm like, watch your stock
that
just go down. That
doesn't make you want to buy,
To clarify, when we do Jiving with Jack, we are going to have a female voice actress who did the Snyder Cut documentary reading those ads for us. But, Billy, we want to get you started. We will get you started. May 25th, we'll get started. Yeah, it's fine. Don't worry about it, brother. Look, that's what fandom is about. We haven't gotten you get like some Star Wars fans arguing about the sequels and the prequels, and you get some Star Trek fans. It's going to turn into a riot.
Well, apparently, me and Billy could have a pretty interesting conversation about this, because I do have a bit of a different opinion. I understand where he's coming from, but it's I used to have somebody always come up to me and tell me, and it was the same person, right? They were like, "Man, I can't stand Brad Pitt. He's so arrogant, and I won't see in any of his movies." Mm-hmm. And he did this like every time a Brad Pitt movie was coming out, and I was excited about. And at one point, I just went, I don't think he cares. I don't think it affects him in any way, shape, or form whether you give him your money or not. So I'm one of those opinions that these guys have a platform. If you don't like what they say, you don't have to watch them.
But I think that's the thing, because NFL ratings have been kind of taking a bit of I want to say nosedive. People make it sound like no one's watching football. That's not true.
Yeah.
But it's not as high as it used to be. And
same thing with
Same thing with basketball. A lot of people. The Sixers are about to get in the playoffs.
Basketball's dipped, but with football, I think it's a lot of people making just a lot of noise.
Maybe.
A lot of people going, "I'm not gonna watch or whatever." But every old white guy that said he was not gonna watch because of it. That guy that's been dedicated his team for his last 55 years. He's walking outside saying, "Nope, I'm not watching," and he walks inside and he's.
Billy, do you hear this? Do you hear this? He's insulting white people.
Yep. You know it.
He's insulting our hosts, Tyler and half of Justice.
Nope, no. Unless you guys are secretly 68 years old and I didn't know about it, but no.
That might explain Ty's voice. Ty's got like a really old school voice.
Right.
Yeah. Let's watch the XFL, guys. It's a shame that was coming back just as COVID started.
Wasn't The Rock supposed to bring that back?
Apparently, but because of COVID, they can't sell tickets or anything.
Right.
And no one wants to invest in it anymore,
That's so wild because I think, if I'm not mistaken, I think The Rock and Danny Garcia were going to bring that back.
Yeah.
And I thought, man, who better? Who better to do that? But yeah, you're right.
Well, he wanted to be a football player.
Yeah, that stuff would have been, oh man. People want to avoid the issue. That's why they don't like being brought. Exactly. I agree.
Yeah, I disagree with that, but I don't want to get into that.
Or jiving with Jack.
Jiving with Jack, yeah. I feel Ty wanted to start jiving with Jack ASAP, and I was like, let's give it a little bit of time to kind of ice out what we want to do. But we could bring this up on day one, Remember I said last Thursday we were talking about the Olympics and
we might have to. Yeah, we're gonna get into sports, man.
We're definitely
May 25th.
This is a recurring issue.
It's also my birthday, guys. So show up in the comments.
If you guys want to make a video for him, all of you saying happy birthday, all of you, make a video. Jiving with Jack, May 25th. Also, I might as well plug this. We do have a merchandise store.
Ooh.
Let me get rid of Justin's comment real quick. Yeah, we got a merchandise store. And look, I'm going to be at the beach a lot this summer. Going to be at Wildwood, hopefully. And I might even do a show from there.
Summer bod, Jack?
What? Say that again?
Going to be showing off that summer bod, Jack?
Yeah, no. Last year I was in decent shape. This year I'm not. I might get one of these wife beaters.
Last year I ended up on Venice Beach and with a nipple ring. Okay, so I'm not going back.
You still got to tell that story about the nipple ring.
Oh yeah.
But here's the thing: we got Jiving with Jack T-shirts. Look at that at the bottom. Yeah, look at that. We got Jiving with Jack T-shirts, and we are going to be we're going to be giving a few of them away to certain people, and they're going to give us their reviews of it. And I can tell you right now, those reviews will be amazing.
I swear,
scripted, but amazing.
Be the most comfortable shirt. This shirt better make me feel like I'm getting a hug from my mother and a warm glass of milk. That's why I want this shirt. That's why I want this shirt to make me feel like.
It'll be smooth as your neck.
It'll be smooth as neck.
How many of you guys like that? What's it called? Smooth my balls ad.
Smooth my ball. Here's the thing. I want to do it, but I want to do it like in a, do you have an uncomfortable scratch down there in the area where no man's land? Do like the traditional commercial voice,
Okay, so I'm gonna have
or maybe Donald Trump should do it. Hey,
smooth my balls.
Things get a little out of hand down there. Okay, a little bushy, a little hairy. Maybe it's a jungle, maybe it's not. But let me tell you, you can smooth. Let me tell you something. All right, Melania smooths my balls for me. That's what she does. He says smooth as an egg. Smooth as an egg. Smooth as an egg.
Smooth as an egg. I thought he said smooth as a neck.
Smooth as an egg.
Oh, I thought he said smooth as a neck. I'm like, what does he feel other people's necks or something?
I don't know, man. Look, I do have a little bit.
Anyway, so Margie Foley, who she did our Snyder Cut documentary, she's gonna do another version of that for Jiving with Jack, and she's gonna use a sultry voice, like, "Hey guys," kind of like, and she's cool. She'll do that for us.
I think you got a thing with kinky, man.
I don't know. I have a bullwhip signed by Rob Halford of Judas Priest.
Whoa.
It's a whip he actually carried on stage. This is like during the early heavy metals day, and it's autographed by him.
Do you know how to use it? Have you used it?
That one you can't use because that's an actual whip. That's the kind of whip they use on cows and stuff. You can't use it on a person.
You gotta go out into the middle of the street, man. Yeah,
maybe that'll be one of our intro videos. Just me playing with my whip. Woo,
dude. If you
driving with Jack.
I got ideas,
Then
guys.
Tyler just takes down the show. All of a sudden, it just shuts off. Like it just goes blank.
Yeah. Oh man.
Sorry, we're experiencing some technical difficulties, guys. T.Ys Corner comes back next week. So,
right.
But interesting news. Justice will be back with us tomorrow night. I'm kind of excited about that.
That's right. We'll be talking
drip.
The Snyderverse filmography.
And guys, if you love Snyder, you're going to hate what Justice has to say about some of his films. So bring your guns tomorrow.
Really?
Metaphorical guns.
He's not the big Snyder fan, huh?
Oh, he hates BVS. He hates BVS and Man of Steel. Like hates BVS and Man of Steel. Ty would get visibly mad. Like Tyler, you guys, those of you who've been watching us for a while. No, or is it just plugs? Look at him like moving us along. We're going off track here, and he's like, "Yeah, is there any more topics?"
Yeah, he's boss, man. He's boss.
Or just plugs, yeah.
We're
plugging out Justice. Justice has come back. Actually, we do have some other things to talk about. The great tech giant Elon Musk was on Saturday Night Live.
Yes.
I did not see it, but I heard of it. Did you watch it?
I did get to watch it. And I thought, here's the thing. I thought it could have gone a lot worse.
Okay.
He came out and he said he's the first host to host with Asperger's, which he must have been misinformed. I doubt. Of course, every newspaper the next day was like, he was wrong and blah blah blah. But I doubt he probably knew that Dan Aykroyd as well has Asperger's and he's hosted a few times.
He started it. He was the original
right.
cast.
Yeah. I would say that Elon's Asperger's and social awkwardness is a little more prevalent in him than Dan. And so anyways, he came on, he hosted, he tried to explain Dogecoin and ended up plummeting it. So that was interesting stock wise. He came out and basically said Dogecoin is a hustle. And people were not happy. And after that, everybody pulled out. So,
but that should speak to the fragility of Dogecoins. Oh, by the way, we're going to get to Army of the Dead. In fact, we might even watch those clips. I forgot to mention that. We're going to do Army of the Dead soon. But that might speak to, because Ty's been going crazy about Dogecoins. And I'm still like, okay, so cash literally doesn't have value. What gives it value is the United States government backs it. That's why it has that seal on it, that signature. I don't know, no matter how many times it's explained to me, what backs up the value of Dogecoin. So when he would make a statement like that and then it collapses after that, that tells you sort of the fragility of Dogecoins.
Absolutely. And look, we'll see where it goes, but he didn't not cryptocurrency or say take all your money out. He just said don't put your life savings in, and people freaked out. But we'll see. I mean, look, Dogecoin has been going up and down for months now. All right.
Yeah.
So yeah, there he is with his mother. It was the Mother's Day episode, so she came out during his monologue. And there were a few cringe skits, as you can imagine.
Yeah.
With the Elon Musk hosting. I will say the funniest one featured Pete Davidson. It was called Chad Goes to Mars. If you guys watch SNL and know of Pete Davidson's character Chad on there, that was pretty great to see him with Elon Musk. But yeah, it was a good episode. I don't think it was as bad as it could have been. And you know what? Shout out to him for doing it. For it's obviously when I know some people with Asperger's and anything public speaking is tough. And I have a lot of respect for anybody that gets up there and is willing to do that and especially make fun of himself like that, because I'm sure the cast. I'm sure the cast.
I know he kind of ticked off some people on SNL because
Elon
he went online and asked.
That doesn't mean he's good at it. Go ahead.
Exactly. Yeah. He does public speaking. Yeah, but like improv comedy, it's a whole different thing. It's different. The government doesn't give money its value. Its society does. Crypto is backed by supply and demand. It's basically similar to precious metal. So I was actually thinking about that. Yeah, like it has value because like it's gold. Like what gives gold value? What gives platinum value? what gives diamonds value, because they're hard to get. Elon speaks publicly a lot. Does a lot of public speaking. This guy, yeah.
Again,
you know what? I might do this if we can get some patrons during Jiving with Jack. We're gonna do a show called Jiving with Drunk Jack and Austin. Just both of us are just gonna get wasted, and we'll see how it goes. Not the first episode, but maybe we'll do that if we can get some patrons during Jiving with Jack, because I think that would be really fun. Bad, but like in a car crash kind of way, fun to watch.
Again, how are you getting your own show? What?
Because they come with genius ideas like that. There we go.
Listen to me, man. How much money did you pay Ty for this? Tell me. Just tell me, okay? No.
Could you imagine that's what it is? Remember when I first suggested Jiving with Jack? He's like, and then we sold it to him. We're like, okay, this is what we want to do. This is what we do. Blah blah blah, et cetera, et cetera. So right. I think we're gonna lose viewers after my first Jack attack.
We'll see.
I think that number is gonna drop.
I'm really we'll see. I have some plans too, just for some hot takes.
Yeah.
So we'll see.
So
Army of the Dead.
What's that again? Army of the Dead. Yeah. So let's get to that. They post some new clips. You guys I haven't seen them. So do you want to watch them? Maybe.
Let's maybe check it. There's one with Tig Notaro I did watch that I absolutely love.
All right. So someone put all 5 of them together. These are our friends at Flicks and the City. Is it up yet? Let me see.
Yeah,
can you guys see it? All right, cool. All right, I'm gonna press play. So it's about 7 minutes, and we'll let it play and see where it goes. All right, here we go. 3, 2, 1.
Taro part.
The whole thing.
That's my
or just on Tig right there. Perfect.
$2 million.
So Nick pulls up. He says, "Go put on pause." So Nick says, "What do you mean she wasn't there?" So if you guys don't know yet, originally Chris D'Elia was Tig Notaro's part. Obviously, Chris D'Elia had some sexual misconduct allegations brought up against him, and Snyder made the decision to take him out of the film and replace him with Tig Notaro. So he brought Tig Notaro in during the pandemic. She filmed. The movie had already been shot, so she watched the movie. She got to kind of see, everybody's reaction and stuff, got the lines, and shot, just like Zack Snyder's Justice League in a small room with a green screen, and put in the movie. And just look at that, man. Yeah. Just look at that. It's flawlessly done. Look, Nick said she wasn't there, question mark. If I wouldn't have said anything.
When you said that, I wasn't even sure what you meant. She wasn't there. I was like, oh.
Yep. And look, you're telling me Warner Brothers had to give me Superman with that screwed up face when Zach couldn't have, and his team honestly could have done the reshoots and still gotten rid of it in a better. Oh man, yeah. Zach is just crapping on Warner Brothers at this point.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, and that's the other thing too. Zach shot a lot of this movie in normal lighting. He didn't use a lot of extra lights, and so he had to recreate what natural light would look like in a room with green screens. I mean, the guy's a genius.
Look what he did with the additional photography for Snyder Cut. He basically filmed that crap in his garage,
in his driveway.
I'm like, how do you do that?
In his driveway. The guy is a genius.
Yeah. Warner Brothers told him not to do any additional photography. They're like, no, and he's like, go.
Yeah, I love it.
There we go.
Guys, it's Kate, newest member of the team.
Hey, how's it going?
It's just gonna play the trailer now.
Oh, is this the trailer?
Yep.
Okay, yeah, we can't do that because the song.
Right. The clips are done.
Yeah.
But yeah, man, I'm super excited for it. I'm seeing it Thursday night.
Yeah.
And I cannot wait.
You and Paul are going to do a spoiler-free review maybe this weekend, possibly, right?
Right. I know Paul's seen it this weekend as well. I don't know if he's seen it Thursday night or Friday. But yeah, we'll have both have seen it, so we'll probably do a little something about it. But I can't wait, man. The early reactions are out. People are loving it. I think I checked earlier. It was like already at a 78 on Rotten Tomatoes.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I didn't even check out the scores yet.
Yeah, Zach shot her. Zach used digital to shoot this, and now he's going to use the wall LED screen for. Ooh, yeah, that's right. So this was his first movie shot on digital.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah, he. Well, actually, maybe not his first, but he I know he likes
76.
to use.
You're right. Yeah.
Yeah. So I think.
Oh, by the way, that Mandalorian
we
thing
know.
is part what supposedly I've heard. So that's how they've done the Mandalorian with green screens and digital. Is how they were trying to pitch Justice League 2 and a Affleck series instead of like using a lot of money. It apparently saves a lot on costs.
It does save a lot on cost, and it's that equipment is absolutely genius. Actually, they have a volume here in Las Vegas that I've been to, and seen, and it is. I mean, it is absolutely revolutionary what that thing is going to do for the film industry. Because yes, it allows for Zach to be able to do things like Justice League and things like that at a much smaller budget with the same quality of these. But I mean, you've seen The Mandalorian, man. You remember the episode where they show up. I didn't know that Matt Reeves is using some of it to film the Batman, and yeah, I know Snyder did recently he was invited to go check it out and do some tests there. So yeah, man, that's the next way forward. I mean, you've seen The Mandalorian, all the desert shots, literally every episode besides the Boba Fett episode. That's the only episode where they went to a live location and shot. Everything else was done in the volume.
Oh wow!
All done in the volume, man, and it's seamless.
How is that different? Maybe explain to me, like from let's say how they filmed the prequels, Star Wars prequels, which were all in the green.
Right? You're all green screen, right? And a lot of it too is as an actor, you're really playing with your imagination at that point, right? You're really having to imagine these. And in Star Wars, I mean, the environments are luxurious and epic and grand in scale. And to imagine that it's kind of hard. So what this does is instead of the green screen, it's this giant circle, right? You have a circular platform in the middle that moves, that's able to move. So if characters need to start walking or whatever, looks like they're naturally walking. And instead of a green screen on every wall around them, from top to bottom, is an LCD, like OCD, like the top quality 4K image of the background. So if it's Star Wars, if it's the desert, you have the literal desert image behind. They're shooting and everything with the screen, and then going in the editing and just seamlessly putting it
that
together.
Kind of reminds me how they used to do green screen back in the day, like when they're filming something like a place they can't film it, they would just have a green screen, and they would just have a picture of like something, and it would just look awful. You know what I mean?
Right. That's the other thing, right? The scenes, that exactly what Billy said. The scenes are created in pre-production instead of post, so the environments are there. You're seeing the final render, and then obviously where they're going back in the editing, they are just blending it in. They're blending in the flooring. They're just blending it all in and making it look seamless. It's all in real time. Like I said, if you guys ever come out to Vegas, I know some guys that you guys can come check out the one down here, and it's so cool. It is so cool. And it must make it a lot easier for the actors too. You're seeing the environment, you're in the world. Speaking of which, Obi-Wan Kenobi just started filming in the volume. Ewan McGregor came out and talked about it on Kimmel last night.
Yeah.
And he was talking about that it's incredible. It is this incredible mix of practical and CG, or I guess you would call this the future of CGI, basically. Yeah. Because I guarantee this is going to become an industry standard.
I hope so. By the way, interesting about him, he's filming Obi-Wan. A lot of people were surprised. His hair is slightly longer than it was since we saw him in Revenge of the Sith, but he doesn't look that much older. He doesn't look that, like everyone thought. Is he going to be grayed out? Is he going to look similar to Alec Guinness?
Well, he's not going to be wearing anything.
True, yeah.
And he already said that it's going to have a slightly different look and all that. But he was talking about the technology of the volume, and he said it's absolutely incredible. And he did say it's a lot more practical than the prequels. Even though it's in the volume, there's still a lot of practicality to it.
on Disney Plus. I'll check it out.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, that's pretty cool, man. So not that anyone gives a crap about this, but I kind of do because I care about Ben Affleck. He was going through Bennifer. Well, here's why this is important to me. A lot of people said that his role in Batman, he wasn't happy, blah blah blah, but he was also going through a nasty divorce, and he started drinking again. Apparently, it was nasty in the sense that he didn't want it to end. She did. And I think it really affected him. I think he really tried to make it work. But
that's right. Yeah, he became an alcoholic again.
He became an alcoholic.
She called
he gained weight, as you can see in the Joss Whedon reshoots. But one of the things that did help him get through it and get back in shape and everything was Ana de Armas. How did you say it? Armas?
Ana Armas, yep.
Yeah, okay. That's right. I'm kind of having a Biden moment. I put the sunglasses on because Joe also wears black aviators. Come on, man. Ana de Armas, yeah. And she kind of sorry.
It was the John Travolta Oscar one for Idina Menzel.
Oh my God.
He goes, Adele Mazine.
Yeah.
Yep, that's the one.
You ever see that when he reunited with her and he kept touching her face like, I'm so sorry. He's like grabbing her mouth like, oh. I'm like, dude, is he on drugs?
No, it's that Scientology mindset.
Scientology, man. Scientology juice. But anyway, so like Affleck, God bless him. I know he gets crap because, during the early 20s, and yeah, so mistreatment. Apparently he almost got into a fight with Joss Whedon. And so he it got really ugly.
Apparently he tried to get the cast to walk out on the set.
Yeah, he wanted the cast to walk out from Justice League. But anyway, dating Ana de Armas. I'm gonna get that right. Ana, or it might be Ana de Armas. The way you said it with like a kind of a Spanish twang. Armas.
Yeah.
They broke up, and I was like, oh crap! I hope he doesn't go down another slide again, because he does talk about his family in a very positive way, but.
He does seem to be doing well. He's filming a movie with George Clooney.
Yeah. So. Ben versus Joss boxing match, man. Can you imagine Ben?
Oh, bro, Ben, we all saw. All saw Ben without a shirt and BBS, man.
Yeah.
That dude was a giant.
Yeah, because you forget, because he always was kind of lean, prior to BBS.
He was
and you forget how tall he is. Aramas.
Ana de Armas. Okay.
Aramas.
There you go.
I could usually do a double R, but I can't do that. Aramas. But if I say brevity, I can do it there. I have to have a hard syllable before the R, like bringer, but I can't say armas unless Anyway, so for all you young people, a long time ago, before Ben Affleck was Batman, he was Daredevil. And he was kind of hot. He was sort of like the hot young guy. I don't know who I could compare him to today. He did have an Oscar, but he was kind of up and coming. Well, he wasn't up and coming. He was still pretty famous. But he played Daredevil, and I'm going nuts right now trying to find him as Daredevil. I don't know where I go. Oh, here we go. And despite the movie not being good, he actually was pretty decent in the role as Matt Murdock. I know people will crap all over that movie, but he was actually pretty decent. But at that time, he was dating Jennifer Lopez, and it was like the biggest news in the world. 60 Minutes did a special on it. Everyone was talking about these two young people finding each other. According to rumors, J.Lo wasn't happy with Arod, the infamous Yankee bad boy. Also very handsome. Arod.
Listen, Arod.
Yeah. And apparently Ben started writing letters to her after his breakup with Anna.
Oh, romantic.
And now she's been spotted with him. And apparently Matt Damon's rooting for them. He apparently was interviewed. He's like, I've heard the rumors myself, but they might be back together after almost 17 years. Look, I just think it's kind of interesting.
I thought it'd be cool because look, they obviously were together at a very high stage in their career. He was doing Daredevil and all that, but he also met Jennifer Garner on Daredevil. Look,
he went from the popular hot girl in school to the girl next door, and now he's like, I'm going back to the popular girl because I love Jennifer. Man. Look at that, she's 50, man. Whew.
He pulled the Brad Pitt. All right, he said he was with Jen Aniston. Brad was with Jen. Dropped her for Angie.
The bad girl comes. The bad girl, Angelina Jolie. By bad girl, I mean
years later,
you know what I mean.
Yeah, then years later drops her and wants to go back
who gets 100% on Kiki Quizzo. That's what I mean by bad girl. Sorry.
Right. So yeah, but you know what? I think it'd be cool if they've aged and grown and matured and maybe maybe they were the ones that got away in each other's minds and
exactly. Maybe they both needed to go through some stuff. And I'm kind of rooting. And again, this is not something I don't really care about, but I do like Ben Affleck. I do want to see him in the Batman role. And I know that part of it, what he wants is stability. Not just like of course, he wants his own script, he wants control, but he needs stability in his life. Unfortunately, while he was filming BVS and Justice League, he was going through a tough divorce. He wanted the family to be kept together. Jennifer Garner was a little bit done. I would like him to be happy. You see that poster up there? I want him back. I want him healthy. I want to make him movies, and I want him to come back as Batman. So if J-Lo does it, if J-Lo makes him happy,
who else
she gets his bat signal up,
Who else to make him happy than that J-Lo? I did the J-Lo. Come on, J-Lo. You got Catwoman now too from J-Lo.
Oh yeah. Ooh.
I think that's a great. I know. Zach wanted Gina.
Not Carano.
Yeah, Gina Carano. Yeah.
No. Gina Carano's the MMA fighter. By the way, if you become a
not Gina Carano. Gina or Carla Gugino.
Carla Gugino.
Yeah. But I think J-Lo would be a very
and she's a talented actress.
Look, the big thing about Catwoman is the sexiness, right? Is that kind of of like her and Bruce Wayne have this back and forth sexually. It's like and
not only that, what was the story in Ben Affleck's story going to be? Is that he actually apparently married her and they divorced. That was supposed to be part of the Batman story.
Ooh.
And I'm like, ooh. I mean, you got some life imitating art, imitating life.
J-Lo Caliente. Hey, come on, baby, give it to me.
He's Bruce Wayne, guys. Exactly.
Guys. Come on.
Yeah. I mean, I know. Look, I'm excited for the Batman, but like, I feel like, dude, we have a good Batman. Same thing with my issue with the Black Superman. It's not that it's like we have a good Superman. He's still young and handsome and sexy.
And there's still great stories, to do. There's still amazing stories to do. Even, with Ben being a little bit older, there's still, somewhat the Arkham. They could easily do so much with the Arkham stuff. They could easily, I mean,
we never really got to see Gotham City. I mean, we do see like in Batman vs Superman, we see like the dock, and we see
you don't get to see Gotham City. You barely get to see Arkham. I mean, look, they had a real opportunity there in that they were taking Batman in a place that we'd never seen him at on film, right? And that was 30 years into his career.
Yeah,
they could have literally done, so many movies, so many stories that just brought in the Bat family, all these different characters that you don't need to do origins because we've already established we're 30 years into this dude's career. He's been fighting everybody. I mean, there's just so much. I felt like lost.
I mean, our friends Warstu and Culture Nerd and Lightcast are saying that the Batfleck thing isn't. There are talks about doing it as a series on HBO because HBO Max wants it. I mean, you talk about going up against Disney. If you did a Batman series R-rated,
I wouldn't put it past Ben because he's done Netflix movies and stuff before, so it's not like surprising to see him go to streaming.
And HBO would give him a very nice budget too. They wouldn't be like,
he has. And if you notice, and I know a lot of people, the Snyder, not the Snyder fans, but the Snyder cultists who are a little, they're mad that not everybody on the cast is speaking out and stuff. And look, Ben is not just an actor, guys. He's a director. He's a producer. He's a writer. He has to, and he's been with Warner
can't
Brothers.
Burn bridges over this.
You have to understand, Warner Brothers allowed him to direct his first movie, Gone Baby Gone. Yeah. Warner Brothers funded The Town, which was an Oscar-nominated film. Warner Brothers funded Argo, which won Best Picture. The relationship there was probably very tricky for Ben. Now, obviously, I haven't seen Ben do much Warner Brothers stuff. Actually, he did do The Way Out. That was a Warner Brothers film with
was
Gavin
it?
Corner.
I didn't know
that was a Warner Brothers film.
Warner Brothers, okay.
But look, he's got to be smart. He's got a long career.
Same thing with Jason and Gal.
Yeah, he's got a long career ahead of him, and he can't be burning bridges. Even Snyder has barely said anything.
Yeah,
barely. All he said is that Warner Brothers is anti-Snyder in the DC world, and they don't want to see his DC stuff.
Yeah. Aren't they
still
doing a
keeping
Static
that
Shock
look,
movie?
huh?
They're already doing one. Sorry, just wanted to answer that real quick.
Right.
They're already doing one. All right, go ahead. Sorry.
Mike about not a show. We deserve a movie. Actually, no. Give me a show. Screw.
Could you imagine like a 6 or 8 episode?
That's what I'm saying. Give me like a 12 episode, hour-long show, or even 8 episode, hour-long.
Even 8 episodes.
You know what?
I'm going to tell you right now, with HBO, I think it would be better than the Marvel stuff because they would definitely make it edgier.
Absolutely. It'd be 10 times better.
Yeah.
10 times better. And it'd be huge. It'd be huge, man.
It'd be huge,
Ben Affleck's Batman.
And Joe Manganiello's
Deathstroke.
Jared
Leto's
Leto,
Joker.
Divine Masculine 69. I like that title. That Joker. That dude.
Yeah. Look, man. And look, that's the thing with these characters.
J-Lo is Catwoman.
Is people, and obviously the Snyder Cut is proof. People want to see these characters develop, and they want to see story. They want to see, so they don't care if it's 4 hours long. People, so many people just stopped the first hour in and came back an hour later or whatever. And, you do that with a series, you give a really good story and you get some great character development out of it that you would just never get in a movie. And so I think
exactly.
There's an opportunity.
Real quick, let me answer this. So Warner Brothers, Zach goes back to Warner Brothers back to 300. They did Sucker Punch, Watchmen, the Legend of Ga'Hoole, the Guardians of the Owls, or whatever that movie was. That was pretty good. But I think it was Chris Nolan, because Warner Brothers wanted Chris Nolan to do Superman, and he said no. But here's someone who I think could do it.
Yep.
That's why he's a producer. He was the one who wanted Zack Snyder. And look, Warner Brothers it's just that stupid Rotten Tomatoes score. Really, that's what undid it. It was that fan backlash when that first movie came out. And I guess skip it blames for what they had to. Yeah, so basically that's what it is. You guys should definitely watch the first 3 episodes of our Snyder Cut documentary. It's really good. We get into all of this. Basically, they freaked when BVS didn't crack $1 billion. And
in fact, we'll put a little link right over here.
Yeah, right over here. Episode 1, Road to the Snyder Cut. Episode 2, next. Episode 3 is just about Joss Whedon and why they picked Joss Whedon. And then episode 4 we have coming out, which is about the not restore the Snyderverse, release the Snyder Cut movement. And episode 5 is going to have Darkseid himself is narrating an episode of the documentary. Ooh. Yeah, Ray Porter is doing episode 5. He's already done it. Let me clarify that. He's already recorded it. It's just about editing it together and putting it together. So that's T.Ys working on that. But check out the first 3 episodes. We'll put links over here. It's a really good breakdown going all the way back to Man of Steel and like what happened and why Warner Brothers. And you might even like at some point see, okay, I can see why Warner Brothers did that or why picking Joss Whedon made sense at the time. It's a good plug of our documentary.
Right. Another quick little update, guys, for all you gamers out there. That sounds fire, not gonna lie. That's right. But for all you gamers up there, look, E3 is coming up next month. We do know a little bit of what will be there. We got Far Cry 6 coming. Rainbow Six Quarantine. So we'll see some. There's going to be a new Division, Halo Infinite. So we'll be covering some fun gaming stuff too over the next few months, and that should be good. I think as Halo, as we roll into Halo Infinite, me and a friend of mine are going to do some pre-recorded run-throughs of some of our favorite missions in the Halo franchise.
Really? Yeah. Ooh, that could be kind of cool because you're an Xbox guy. So we need that balance because so me and Justice are placed. Well, he's a PS4. I have a PS5.
And I have an Xbox Series X.
Series X. Justice needs to catch up to us. You see?
Right. Well,
Last Jet is so yesterday.
You signed your PS5.
Yeah.
But yeah. So PlayStation.
I heard Division 2 was good, by the way. I heard the first one didn't get good reviews, but the second one was better.
I tried to get it. I tried. Yeah. Listen, I don't argue with people who don't know what they're talking about. But anyways,
Jacks don't care about your feelings.
Jacks don't care, man. Jacks don't care. But look, hey man, I pay $15 a month with Xbox, and I think I literally get like 500 plus free games. I get all the Bethesda.
I heard that's really cool. Yeah.
Now look, PlayStation has its benefits too. I love PlayStation for their campaign games.
Oh yeah, it's definitely geared towards single player. I'm a big single player guy.
God of War, Last of Us, Uncharted, phenomenal. I won't argue with that. But Xbox tops it. So, again,
I didn't even get 76. When I saw the trailers for 76, I'm like, something seems off here. So I didn't play Fallout 76.
I love New Vegas.
New Vegas was the best one. Did you play the Outer Worlds?
So good. No, I don't think so.
Okay, so the people who made Fallout New Vegas was Obsidian. They were kind of like a subsidiary, kind of like Treyarch was for Call of Duty. Like they were the other guys.
Right.
They made Fallout New Vegas, and they wanted to do New Vegas 2. But they had to get the green light from Bethesda. Bethesda never did. So they made their own version of it set in space called The Outer Worlds. It's a small game, maybe 25-hour campaign, but holy crap, is it good. It's really, really good. And we lost Austin. Austin's gone. It's just me. Let's call this section Jiving with Jack. Let me ask you guys about this. You guys want to see multiplayer, right? If we did a stream, because I think Prakesh said you guys should do a game while chatting with us. Yeah. You guys want to see multiplayer. See, I'm more of a single player guy. The only multiplayer I occasionally do is Modern Warfare.
Right. Well, that's the thing. I'll do that's kind of the nice thing. Like for multiplayer, yeah, the Halo stuff that I'm gonna do is it's a co-op 2-player. So me and my friend will be running through our favorite missions, and we'll find some other co-op games. You know what? I don't know if you have Star Wars Squadrons. It's only like $30. But it's cross-play. We can get on there and run some Squadron stuff.
Would you guys want to see me? We could do multiple things. You guys can do the multiplayer stuff. I could do the single-player stuff.
Yeah. I would. I've been wanting to do some single-player. Look, man, I make myself laugh all the time when I play like GTA or I play a game called Just Cause. That's kind of like GTA. Just Cause 3.
And I was making a joke, like you said, Just Cause. I'm like,
yeah. Okay, I get it.
Those are the type of jokes you'll get on Jiving with Jack.
That joke. But yeah. So we'll definitely be getting into Xbox. Hold up. Pause.
Oh, that's my buddy Justin. That's my PlayStation buddy. He's my heterosexual life partner when it comes to PlayStation.
Xbox has no games though. I'm sorry, sir. We have the entire Bethesda library exclusively.
Yeah, now you do. That is true. Now you do.
Exclusively. We have.
That was a boss move, by the way.
Yeah. Sorry, but like also understandably, like you guys have God of War. Like I wish I had God of War.
We have Naughty Dog. We have Spider-Man.
Yeah, so understand. Xbox has no game, but that is the most. No, we have all the games, buddy. We got Halo. We got game, and that's the thing though.
Halo 2, Halo 3, Halo 4.
Dude, the Master Chief Collection alone just tops everything. All the PlayStation originals. I can still play Skyrim.
Better than Last of Us.
Guess what?
Better than the Metal Gear Solid games.
I can still play Skyrim too, because it's remastered. And not only Skyrim, I can play Morrowind. I can play Elder Scrolls Online.
Yeah, but we can already do that. I already bought those. But I think what you're saying is, so this me and Justice talked about this because Justice says he's never going to buy an Xbox. But I'm assuming if Bethesda becomes exclusive to just Microsoft, I'm going to get an Xbox because I do want to play Fallout 5. I do want to play Elder Scrolls 6.
It already is exclusive as of right now. I mean, we have the Forza games, which are phenomenal. Gears of War we already said. I'm looking up what else here. Crackdown. I didn't know Crackdown was a Xbox exclusive.
So I was thinking about Ty. So Ty doesn't game, but I think it would be kind of fun. Like Conan does this series. He used to do it called Clueless Gamer, where he does not play games and reviews them. I think it could kind of be funny. Like,
right.
Okay, Ty's not a gamer. That's that's the pitch of this thing. But let's see him play GTA, and let's see how he does. Or like,
but isn't he like one of those that like he gets like nauseated or stuff like when he's playing?
I don't think so. I don't know.
Oh, I could be
It's
wrong.
a medical condition. You're not supposed to bring that. I'm just joking. I just don't. No, I'm just joking. I don't think he just doesn't game. But that'd be kind of cool if like get him and Justice in a room. Like Justice picks a game and then Ty has to play it. It could be fun.
Ty can stream Uno. There we go.
Stream Uno or solitaire. He's just playing by himself. Like just
Ty will stream an entire game of Monopoly where he plays good cop, bad cop. He just goes from one side of the table to the other. Austin, I'm going to steal your hat. Dude, you can have my hat. I'll sign it to you. I'll give you an autograph so that way before I get famous, you can sell it.
If you become a patron for $20 a month, we will send you Austin's hat.
We'll send you my hat.
And his nipple ring. And his nipple ring.
$20, guys. For $20 right now, if you go to our Patreon and somebody gives $20, I will send you my hat.
Yeah. Listen, we do need the patrons. We need the patrons. We need your support. We got
PC
Adam.
Over Xbox. Now, I think everybody can agree PC, I guess, just trumps everything. Just trumps.
But you have to keep putting money into it, though, don't you? That's the only thing
you do. You got to keep putting money into it. You got to. But look, man, I get it. I mean, it's flawless gaming. I mean, you got no issues whatsoever. You ain't lagging. You ain't, there's no rendering time. There's no that you're playing. You are game. And I'm not a gamer like that dedicated, so okay. I don't need PC. But look, the Xbox Series X, man, and the PS5.
I understand the Xbox Series X is technically better than the PS5. It is in terms of specs.
I think it's got yours has like 6 teraflops and I have 8.
That was what I was going to call my gaming channel years ago, the Casual Gamer. You can take the idea. I will allow
Casual Gamer. I like that.
Yeah.
I like that. So, yeah, but that's the thing, man. These new consoles, both of them, and even though, because like I said, even though, like, there's a small difference in, I think, the speed or whatever, but it's, like I said, you have 6 teraflops, I have 8. It's by 2, These consoles are, PS5 and Xbox are basically PCs now. I mean,
essentially. I mean, this thing I don't know about PS5 is ridiculously tall, and not only that, I think they're losing money at selling these at 400 and 500. These things are probably worth more, but they're hoping to make it back with the games. There's no way this thing only costs 500. The PS3 cost $7 back in the day.
The PS5 was going to sell starting at 600, but Microsoft beat them out and released that they're going to sell the Series X that was better in performance.
Yeah.
For 500, and PS5 was like, "You guys suck."
Yeah, they're losing money with this, but that's okay because they know that's why they're putting their money in the exclusives. Like, all right, we'll make it back with we need Sony dedicated exclusives.
Star Wars and live game streams coming at you, Prakash, coming at you. Yeah, okay, Justin, 10.2 PS5, 12 for the Xbox.
Oh, so it did say they're losing money on the PS5. Okay, so I didn't make that up.
So,
okay.
But still,
I'm like they had to.
You see, there's still the difference is by 2. Like there's still top quality. These are like gaming. These are like PCs. I mean,
here's the benefit of having a console: exclusivity with Microsoft or Sony, and not only that, gaming companies, publishers tend to release these things on consoles first. I think I had friends who were PC gamers who were pissed they couldn't play Red Dead 2 for a year, I think, or 8 months, stuff like that. It's still very much because they know that if you want a PC, a good PC, you're gonna have to do a little bit of homework. You have to, that's why I give props to people. My friend Justice builds his own. I think.
Oh, okay.
But the PS5, Xbox, it's already ready to go. You don't have to worry about it.
And that's the thing. I don't know. You remember Cyberpunk came out. Everybody was all upset because nobody could play it. And I was sitting here on my Xbox Series X, flawless game through.
I bought it on my. I bought a really nice collector's edition. On the PS5, it had 0 issues. And then I wrote a really scathing review about all the glitches that were happening. But here's what bugged me about that was that was supposed to be for the 360 and the PS4. They announced that game years ago. It was supposed to come out on that and happened. And by the way, there is no PS5 Xbox Series X version. It's just the 360 version, the PS4 version that they're going to eventually upgrade with a patch at some point. But on the PS5, it was great. That might be one of the best games to ever come out. Once you play it.
On a good console,
on a good console, it's amazing. And the PS5 it looks great,
and it's gorgeous. Yeah, it's gorgeous. Maybe we'll do some. Maybe me and you can do some back and forth. You'll do a mission, and I'll do a gameplay.
Oh yeah,
Cyberpunk.
We can do cross play, right? I know I'm doing the scissoring thing, but I did not mean.
Hey man,
I got pinky quiz on the mind. Sorry, I got dirty questions on my mind.
most of Indian bloggers turn game streamers for content in this long. Yeah, I mean, there's also, but there's a lot of stuff there. We're big movie guys too. Resident Evil.
I gotta play that. I gotta play
Resident Evil 8 too.
I like 7.
Yeah. So yeah, I think I'm definitely we'll definitely get into some more gaming stuff for sure since you guys seem to be responding to it.
Yeah. Actually, that's what Justice.
I play a lot of Fortnite. If anybody, hey guys, by the way, I play Fortnite and Apex like on a nightly basis. So if you guys want to play with me, all right, you can head to my Twitter. Follow me on Twitter at StarkLin1023.
LIEN.
Yeah. And I usually just tweet out. Like last night, I just tweeted out who wants to play some Apex. Who's trying?
Yeah.
So and those games are.
And you can just record it live off there because I can record on the PS5 and they have like a record option.
Yep. Yeah. And so but yeah, we can. I'll hop on some games with you guys. If you play Fortnite or Apex because those are crossplay. Or if you guys have Xbox and want to play some Master Chief Collection with me, let's hop on there.
GTA.
Play,
I don't do GTA online. I just play the campaigns. Do you play it online?
Oh, dude, I'm a hustler online.
Then maybe you can do online.
I have a mansion. I actually live online. I live in the casino, in the Diamond Resort Casino. I live in the penthouse, top floor. All accommodations. Like a big garage. I got it all, man. I got it all. GTA 6 maps leaked on Reddit. Pull it up. Breaking news. Pull it up.
I saw them. I don't know, but I'll because they always have these leaks every year or so. Like, we have leaks on the map and by some guy.
Prakash, do you have a console? He said, Jack, can your PS5 Crisis remastered? I have Crisis remastered on my Xbox.
I haven't even gotten Crisis. No, I have so many games that I have not played yet because I'm too busy.
I'm more of a console player, dude. I'll hop on some Warzone is also
how would you guys hypothetically? I would love to do the campaigns for the original trilogy if anyone would want to watch that. The original Modern Warfare trilogy. If people wanted to watch that, I'll do that.
I got Modern Warfare because
I think Modern Warfare 3 is coming out. They're rumored to do a remaster.
I already have it. I already have Modern Warfare 3 on my Xbox.
What, remastered?
No, but the Xbox upgrades it.
So this one would be a remaster, like they remastered 4 and 5. Let me increase the zoom on this. So this is image 1. I don't know if it'll come up. No, it won't. Son of a beeswax. All right, never mind. Let me open these up in new tabs, and we're gonna have to do it like that. So let me pull them up. So again, I don't know how accurate these are because I saw them earlier today, and anytime it's like, this was leaked by someone. So this is one, and I think up here that's supposed to be Vice City. Can you guys see it nice and clear?
Right.
Let me increase the zoomage.
I don't know. That doesn't look very.
But that would be Vice City right there because I immediately recognized that sort of panhandle. I don't know what you call that right there. And the bridge is kind of like that's the east part of I guess it'd be the western part of Vice City, and this is the eastern part. Yeah, that's the beach. This is where you have like all that stuff. So, and then you got like sort of the swampland here. So this is one image that popped up, and
this doesn't look very legit to me.
I know. Well, so this is the one that came out a couple of years ago. So the newer one, I'm gonna pull that one up. There we go.
So we're going, we're probably. I think they are right in that we're probably going back to Vice City.
I've heard rumors, again, this is all because of Reddit, that it's going to be everything. It's going to be Liberty City, San Andreas, including like Las Venturas, San Fierro, Vice City.
I wouldn't be surprised because look at what they've done with GTA 5. They have expanded that game for the last 8 years. So I wouldn't be surprised that the next GTA is they want to do it for 10 years. They want to, I mean, and they really revolutionized like the gaming thing with that. They kept it a lot. I mean, GTA Online is still to this day one of the most popular online communities. Yeah. And it's incredibly active. Every time I go on there, still 5-10 seconds in, I'm killed immediately by some random idiot. I mean, So they've done a great job with it, but they're definitely gonna. I'm sure they're ambitious. They're gonna try to do the next level. I'm curious to see what they are gonna do because they obviously tried Red Dead Online with Red Dead Redemption 2, and it did not.
Didn't do well at all. No,
it didn't do very well. And so, and that had the same. They wanted to do the same concept as GTA 5, where they're gonna keep releasing stuff and do all that. So we'll see. They're not gonna look like they will in the gameplay. They're pre-production maps. Yeah, even that for pre-production looks pretty fake.
Yeah. I don't know. That's why I saw it earlier, and I was like,
look, there is a new GTA 6 quote unquote leak every 10 seconds.
Yeah, it's all the time.
I'm not kidding you. This stuff is like, yeah, you'll find it everywhere. People claim that they know stuff about it. I mean, we don't know, but I'm definitely excited. Maybe we'll see. Maybe E3 will get something this year finally, but.
I mean, they're taking their time because it's not like they're hungry for money. It's not like they're starving.
Bro, they got Red Dead and GTA 5 is still supplying. And I think they have a Bully remaster coming out.
Let's say, who are you setting up, T.Y? I'm curious as well.
Ty has apparently booked a secretive interview. Modern Warfare Trilogy have the best game. So Modern Warfare Trilogy does have I'd be
willing to play all 3 of them, all 6 of those, because I have the Ezio trilogy. With that one, I wouldn't do the whole game because the Assassin's Creed games are like 25 hours, but they have certain missions you can go back and play through the memories. I would love to do that.
I actually, and I would love. I think I might do. Okay, this is good. So why don't you do? You'll do like, because I don't have Modern Warfare 1 or 2, so you can do Modern Warfare 1 and 2. I'll do Modern Warfare 3, and then. And then you do the Assassin's Creed stuff, and then like for me, one of my favorite trilogies and stories. I'm not gonna leave it. I'm gonna leave out the 3rd one, but Mafia 1 and Mafia 2 are 2 of the greatest video games ever.
Any Metal Gear fans in here? I know we're a niche group, but like
I have Metal Gear like 5 or something like that.
Oh, that's the worst one. That's the one that came out recently. That one
sucked.
I hated it. Yeah. I mean, Kojima made it, but it was a piece of crap. They ended the series back in like 2008. They should have kept it ended there. But like, that was the game that the first Metal Gear Solid like changed everything. They had musical score by an actual composer. They had cinematics and everything. Now every game does that, but like, I always loved the Metal Gear saga. Sans the last one.
Well, yeah, Modern Warfare 3. I don't know if you guys was composed by Brian Tyler or whatever. Brian Tyler.
Yeah, he did. Yeah, the music is good. Yeah. Brian Tyler did Modern Warfare. That's another Hans Zimmer did too.
You know what? I would definitely do a gameplay through the Arkham franchise. Yeah, for sure. Yeah. For sure. By the way, Arkham Origins sucks. E3.
So I liked Arkham Origins. I didn't think it was that good. But I have the Return to Arkham, which is like the remastered version. And then I have 2 copies of Arkham Knight. Yeah. And I want to get the Arkham Knight skins with the 1989 thing.
I got them.
I think it's like you got them with the Michael Keaton Batmobile. I'm like, yes.
Take my money. They took it.
So that's the thing because they're doing GTA 5. Remember at the PlayStation event?
Next gen release. But they're going to have to do something big to add on to it to get people to buy it again. They're going to be like, there's a whole new expansion and it's the last one. This is it. This is the final expansion.
Because, like, here's the thing. Even if they release a GTA 6 trailer, the game won't come out for years after. I mean, between when GTA 4 came out, the first trailer, I think, was, like, end of 2006.
Dude, I'm
first
still
trailer. It didn't come out for another 2 years.
I'm still waiting for Dead Island 2.
Oh, you might have to keep waiting for that one.
Yeah.
But, the Arkham games, I wouldn't mind doing those, live streaming some of that because
definitely.
Yeah, I love that second one. I mean, I liked Arkham Knight also. I mean, I kind of got bored with that.
I streamed some Mortal Kombat, some Injustice.
I have Mortal Kombat. I finally downloaded to my I decided to download to my PS5. I got to play it.
It's good. It's really good.
I'm just rewatching the cutscenes for 9 just because 9 was kind of the reboot.
Right.
But I'm definitely down for that. So let me ask you guys this. Do you guys like the 4:30 start time? Because we would have been done like let me see,
We would have
40
done
minutes
like
ago.
40 minutes
40
ago.
minutes
Yeah.
ago, yeah. So
We kept it rolling.
I talked to Ty about, maybe starting it earlier, and then Ty said, "What about 4:30?" And so I was like, I don't know how many people we're going to get tonight or this afternoon about doing a 4:30 show. But the idea was that Jiving with Jack would also be 4:30 Eastern Standard Time. I know Prakash, that might be a little bit late for you.
Right.
Or
He's
too
still
early,
up, man.
depending.
Hey, look
He's
again.
still up, yeah.
Prakash, shout out. He's like I told you guys. He's him and I were talking yesterday. He messaged us and he was like, dude, man, please, put out content.
Yeah. That's a good thing. Yeah.
India is back, in full lockdown, because of the coronavirus. So again, guys, shout out to Prakash, and we're gonna do as much content as we can for you, for sure.
Yeah,
for sure.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm really excited moving forward.
I'm not.
Doing some gaming. I know you're not.
Pretty meh. I don't really care.
Yeah, you don't really care. Yeah.
Yeah.
Unless we call it Jiving with Austin.
See, I right, Jiving with Austin. That doesn't just come out. That doesn't come out right. It doesn't come out
with
nice
Austin.
as Jiving with Jack.
Yeah.
But yeah, so I think so. Here's my idea for flossing with Austin. I think we might be like a little 15-minute segment where I bring in maybe like once a week. I want to interview people that like a lot of people just unknown people that I think people should know about, whether it's like healthcare professionals or doctors or psychiatrists. There's a lot of local filmmakers I know. Rappers, singers, just all people from all walks of life, and flossing, just kind of chatting it up with these people and what they do and what how they've impacted culture and society.
I think that's a great idea. I'm actually going to be talking to a group of girls. So, like, I don't know about you, but I've never watched Keeping Up with the Kardashians.
I've watched every single episode.
Have you?
No.
I don't know. Maybe you are, dude. I wouldn't blame you. But I'm assuming many of you watching aren't into that either. But I know the show is ending, so I asked. I'm talking to a pair of girls, Riley and Ashley. They're into it, and I was like, "Why don't you come on our show for 10 minutes and not sell, but explain what it meant so much to them?" Because just conversely, they don't get why we're into Star Wars or Batman or all that stuff. To them, that looks just as ridiculous as the Kardashians look to us. So it's going to be a pretty interesting conversation that I think that is going to be like explain to nerds or geeks or gamers or whatever you want to call us.
Well, look. Here's the thing. I was raised by my mother and my grandmother, and my grandmother, her favorite channel was Bravo, and so I did grow up watching the Kardashians and the Real Housewives of every city that you don't ever want to go to because you just learned how trash they are.
Like Vegas.
No, we didn't have one. Thank God. Thank God we didn't have one. But hey, Jack said something really interesting I wanted to bring up here. Interview someone off the street. I very well might do things like that, like in a pre-recorded, segment. But one thing that I used to do when I was doing a lot of film stuff and I was working just with the film community a lot here in Vegas, I had an idea and I wanted to. There's a big homeless issue here in Las Vegas. There's a big homeless community here in Vegas, and friends of mine used to go out. We used to go get 10 hot and spices from McDonald's, and just go out and hand them out. But one of the biggest thing was like Jack said, I wouldn't take my camera with me, because it's a little imposing at first and stuff. But I would sit down with these people for like 20, 30 minutes and just talk and I hear their stories, and I would hear just some of the most incredible, heartbreaking. I'll never forget. I met this woman who came to Vegas as to be a caretaker for an older gentleman. Mm-hmm. He passed away on her way over, so she didn't get the job. She had no money to get back, and she became homeless here in Las Vegas. And after that, she became a caretaker, a homeless caretaker for the homeless community. And she would find guys in wheelchairs and she would wheel them around, get them food from McDonald's, help them out. It was incredible to learn some of these stories. And so I had this idea that, and I still want to do it one day. I I want to make this documentary where I present these real life stories. You see the actual person, right? And tell their story and all that. And then we cinematically after that figure out a way of like, okay, now what do you see your life as? You know, where do you see it going? And then we tell it in a like quick 15 short film segment. So it's this mix of documentary and cinematic segments, be like this hybrid.
Okay, I like that.
Yeah. So that's a great idea, Jack. And I think I really enjoyed doing that, and I probably will go back to doing that.
Yeah, that'd be kind of cool. So we can maybe put the first episode on here.
Yeah. There we go.
Maybe.
Yeah.
Mine's just gonna be yelling at the screen. Jack Attack. Just like screaming at you guys. Like it'll be like
they can cancel Aunt Jemima. They can't cancel Aunt Jemima. I'm telling you.
Yeah, I know, right? Jeez.
So
yeah.
There you go.
There
you go. Well, guys, I think
we're wrapping it up. Yeah.
I think that's gonna do it, guys. Don't forget, like, share, subscribe. Tell your mama, tell your papa, tell your grandma, tell your friends, your enemies. Guys, join our Patreon. You know, there's so many ways that you can watch content. Check us out. We've got Star Wars videos. We've got a morning show, quick dip, yada yada. You guys know. We love doing this, and thank you guys so much for being in the chat. Don't forget to comment on this video afterwards. Check out this one on one of these sides that Ty will put for the rewatch, and
this one, and this one,
and that one, and this one, and that one, and that one, and give us your money because
yes, we do need the help. We do need the help.
All righty, guys. Jack, you want to close us out?
We do it for you, and we do it for the culture.